issues.
Okay.
What would I do? I'm so inspired by you. I haven't felt this for the longest time.
Whoa.
For the longest time.
Whoa.
For the longest time.
Welcome to the Hey We're Friends podcast. This is episode 44, being recorded on January the 28th, 2019. I'm your co-host, Spanky.
Double check.
I was like,
Fuck you.
Is it really the 28th?
Yes.
Yeah, Kingdom Hearts comes out tomorrow.
Jacob's also here.
Hello, my name is Alex,
And I'm Gary.
and
We're AchieveMates.
we're the
Oh,
co-hosts.
it would have been so much cooler if you said it at the same time.
And I thought we almost always, I guess it's the rust, because we always, I was like, oh man, we're going to do like the classic intro that we always do.
yeah.
And then you fucked it up.
Sorry. Hello, my name is Alex,
And I'm Gary.
and we're AchieveMates.
That's right. All day, every day.
No
No
problem.
problem. You bitch.
Bitch.
Yeah, I've seen that enough time on What's in Your Disc Tray.
I was actually about to say, and welcome to this installment of What's in Your Disc Tray?
Oh, it feels so right. It feels so good.
Well, this is the Hey We're Friends podcast, and I just want to thank the two of you for just being on today's episode.
Yes.
So in
Thanks
case,
for having us.
in case
Well,
you,
thanks for having us.
well, yeah,
Yeah.
you made this happen. Just to give you like a little context of what the show is, it's exactly what the title says. We're friends, just bullshitting, candid conversations. We could talk about literally whatever you want, no filter. The only rule is don't be a dick.
The whole thing can be literally just a plug
I couldn't.
It could be,
for you if you really want it to be.
or an hour and a half of dick jokes. That's usually what they are.
That's
Well,
usually.
Alex is
Yeah.
here, so it will only be dick
No,
jokes.
it's gonna be like an hour
And
and
sodomy.
28 minutes of dick jokes, right? A minute.
And sodomy.
Thank
the
you.
other,
Really
the other few minutes is going to be sodomy.
Exactly. I mean, come on. Those are the only two things worth talking about in life: is dick jokes and sodomy.
Truth.
Well, the one
Otherwise-
involves the other, so
Yep.
it's all
Otherwise,
connected.
why would I hang out with you?
Exactly.
Also, sodomy is illegal in Louisiana. If you didn't know.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
It's a
I didn't know
real
that
thing.
until
I saw it compared
Well,
to
a
I-
month ago.
I lost my virginity illegally then.
Yep.
Okay.
High five.
High five. Whoa, welcome
That's
to the
a way
We Are
to-
Friends podcast.
Way to do it.
Where you learn about my
That is one of the requirements to be on the podcast.
welcome to We Are Friends, where you learn about my anal sex
It's
adventures.
Yes.
Now, were you like giving or receiving?
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, how's he gonna answer this one? Yeah.
Always take the gay route. Always.
I'm the master at that. Am I actually gay? Who knows?
Who fucking knows?
Who fucking knows?
But the question is, who's straight nowadays? Like, who's
Touche.
straight?
Let's be honest. When you're watching porn, you're looking at that dick.
Right.
You're like,
It has
"Ooh,
to be the
damn."
right size.
Ooh,
You
damn.
got it.
It's
Like,
not even that. It's just it can be there. Just don't talk.
Right?
Don't
Oh
fucking
my
talk.
god, that's like
Yeah,
my biggest
oh,
pet peeve.
fuck.
Just-
And I'm like, dude.
no, like a POV when they like have
Yeah,
this gut
yeah,
hanging over.
Oh no,
like-
yeah, the guy can be there. He's just like, oh, fuck. And I'm like, dude, stop, dude, stop. And what sucks is like one of my favorite like porn channels to watch. His content is great. The girls he has on it are great.
Wait,
he just talks too
wait.
fucking much.
Who is it?
I don't even know. I don't know what I'm put out.
Because I genuinely feel like I know where you're going
Yeah,
with
I was
it.
about to say, Gary's about to put his own porn interests on full blast.
This is
the
the
internet.
only porn interest I would not put on. I would not put on.
Ooh, that means it's good stuff.
Yeah. It's nothing weird.
Wait, is it
It's-
someone's actual site or is it just like on Pornhub?
No, it's
like,
porn. Like I have a
Dude.
full-on Pornhub account. I have.
Oh, you have a
four,
Pornhub.
like yeah,
Not
I
that
got
he
a
posts.
4-year
Right.
achievement. I mean, not yet.
Dude,
No, you get achievement. Like this is the thing. You get achievements.
Yeah, why aren't you covering this on the channel?
dude, no, we were playing, we were doing a Let's Play, and I was joking about how, for us to expand our content, that we were going to do face cams of
yeah.
our wives giving us blowjobs while we play video games,
Yep.
so we could post it on Pornhub and be able to expand into that market.
I was just thinking adult games, but next level.
Dude,
Just start posting on
Reinvent
Pornhub.
yourself. Boom. Yeah. No. That's exactly.
Dude,
I
we
mean,
literally
in
talked about
general.
that years ago. Holy shit.
Like with the whole YouTube algorithm conversation, like everyone like legit has been like moving to other stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
And
called
some
Twitch.
people some people have posted like their game, just straight up gaming stuff on Pornhub.
On Pornhub, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
yeah.
like- and now that like it's become Twitch. Now everything is like boobies everywhere. Oh,
Boobs.
boobies.
Dude, my favorite is whenever they repost like a Markiplier video or something. And it'll be like hot Asian gets dirty and nasty or some shit like that. I'm like, come on.
Hot Asian gets boned crying, and he's
Yeah.
like,
Oh, god damn it.
oh,
I like how we're only 5 minutes into the podcast and that's all we talked about.
yeah,
was
got
porn.
it. Dude, did we not say dick jokes for the first hour?
Yeah, I guess you're right.
It's a prerequisite before any serious conversation.
Well, you came to the right people because that's pretty much the only thing we're good at
Yep.
in life is dick jokes. Literally the only. So, how are you guys?
Tell us.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, correct answer. Always the right answer.
Always.
You only answer yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I guess that we could start our first topic.
Oh, you have one.
Well, I just wanted to talk about AchieveMates themselves.
Okay.
Sweet.
Can I
Sure.
get one more beer before we?
I got it.
Is that okay? Alex.
Basically, the first question was like the origin. You said you guys started in 2012. That's the same time we started.
no,
Technically.
it was 20. Was it 2012? No, it's 20.
It was December of 2012.
No, it's March.
No, it wasn't.
That's when we.
It was
we
March of
posted our-
2013.
It was either March or December.
Wait, that's when we posted our. Well, how do we go? How do we determine what is the start date? I go by the first video upload.
Well, I consider the
March.
start date of whenever the
Whenever
idea was
you-
conceived.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
when the channel says it is, like whatever
Yeah.
that is.
Oh yeah, so then that would probably be 2013. So basically, I was the one that started the channel. So AchieveMates was a passion project of mine. Actually, funny enough, I started as a way to try to get a job at Rooster Teeth.
Hey! Look at that.
In 2012, I got married, and a few months later, I talked to my wife, and I was like, I really want to work at Rooster Teeth. And so we talked about possibly moving to Austin. And so in December of that year, me and my buddy Jody, we made a trip over to Austin because we wanted to go and meet the Rooster Teeth crew. We literally I booked a hotel. We went to Austin to go and meet Rooster Teeth. So we went to their office, and we got to meet them. We got to meet pretty much the entire cast and crew, and it was really awesome. We actually have a picture of us with Achievement Hunter. That was whenever Achievement Hunter was only 6 people.
Yep.
And back whenever Ray Narvaez was still with them. And so we got to meet them. I gave them my demo reel and my resume. Got to chat with them. I actually got a shout out on the Rooster Teeth podcast.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Jack, that's awesome.
Jack Patillo gave me a shout out. I think it was episode 197 or something like that.
Something, yeah. We ended up finding it.
Hardcore.
There's 2 of our Minecraft videos that's on their community.
Yeah, we used to update, or would do some videos for the Achievement Hunter community site, and so 2 of our Minecraft videos are in there. One of them got like 20 or 30,000 views.
Well, the community channel is how Jeremy and Matt came up on the scene. Like,
Actually, quite a bunch of them nowadays have got on there. We just didn't post regularly. Like we did 2 Minecraft ones. I did the one for my giant fucking sheep that I made.
Yeah, the was it the sheep or was the sheep boning?
Yeah, no, like literally, like they were having sex. They were fucking.
And then the dicks was a bridge to the other sheep.
Yeah.
If you went inside of it.
And then the other one was we made that gigantic ass maze that took us like a week to make.
Yeah. I didn't have a hand in. I don't think I had a hand in.
I think it was mostly me and Jody and Dylan that did the maze.
Yeah.
Mostly me and Dylan. But anyway, so we went. We got to meet them, and it really inspired me. And so I was like, I really want to do whatever I can to get a job here. And so I was like, I need experience. And so I got back, and I was like, I think we should try this YouTube thing. And I reached out to Gary, and was like, we should do this. And so we started talking names.
But what was Gary to you then?
Gary's just a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, we had just met.
But now he's more than a friend.
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Butt stuff.
and that's how
And-
he lost his
and,
virginity.
and then some. Because we're actually family.
Family.
Wait,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Marriage.
Yeah.
Okay.
His wife is my wife's younger sister.
Yep.
Oh, whoa.
whoa.
Keeping
Well-
it in the family.
Well, for now.
For now. Yeah.
I'm going through a divorce. So
Whoa.
Oh, shit.
yeah.
We'll
So,
we'll get to that later. That's part of the.
We don't have to talk about it.
Yeah,
it's
like,
all
man,
you.
like,
it's
It's
fine.
all in.
It's not a big deal. It's not really relevant, so it doesn't really matter. But it's not like it's a sensitive topic for me anymore. But so I reached out to Gary. We were friends at the time. We actually only known each other for like a year at that point. Like because we met in 2011. because I had you help me with a project in 2011 at school.
Oh yeah, because that was before Harper was born. So yes, yeah.
God, I remember that too.
Yeah.
So I reached out to him. I was like, I really want to do this. We should talk about it. And so I'd already had some equipment for school because I got it. I have a bachelor's of fine art, and my concentration was in media art. So I did video work already. And so I reached out to him. We started kind of conceiving this idea, and then AchieveMates was born.
Right.
And we started posting videos. We mostly did Let's Plays. Our first
From
Let's
Xbox,
our
from
first
Xbox.
Let's Play was it? I want to say it was that Sonic Adventures.
It was
and
versus. We did
yeah, we did a Sonic Adventure Versus, and then our first series was Dead Space 3.
Which is funny because it's one of the funniest series that we have on the channel. But we also started like right in the middle of the entire game. So it's like the second half of the game.
Yeah, like literally, because we'd already been playing it up until that point. And we were like, you know what, fuck it, we need
Let's
to
just
record
record
this.
it. Yeah.
That would be like a super pet peeve of mine. To just
Oh yeah. Well, it was like we were like, where do we start? Let's just fucking start. Let's just do it. So we started from the middle of the entire game and just went from there. Like
He actually peed himself during that Let's Play.
yes, it's episode 2 or 3. It's very early. It's very early on in the series. I actually did pee like full
From
on
laughter?
piss. No,
From scared.
from being scared.
Like literally something popped out through a door he wasn't expecting, and he paused it immediately and screamed, and he was like, I think I just pissed myself, I gotta go change my pants.
Right. It's I think it's episode 2 or 3. I used to have the timestamp and I forgot it because me and my wife were actually watching the series because funny enough, my wife was actually a fan, like one of our first fans of AchieveMates before I even met her, because she was Alex's wife's sister, so she would watch us, and she was a big fan of the series. And do you want me to scoot it closer to me?
Yes.
Don't drop that shit. She was a big fan of the series, and she wanted to watch it again, which it made me feel really weird to like watch my own content like with my wife. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's been so long, it was almost like it wasn't me. So I found myself laughing at myself, and then I was like, man, where is that moment where I actually like full on peed myself? And we found it. And it's way early in the series than I thought. And it was,
I know, because it feels like it's like way later in the
like
series.
way later.
But I guess
it's the end, but it was
It's
very
because you
early.
started
Yeah,
halfway.
it's because you started exactly. That's what I was about to say.
And that's around, spoiler alert, if you haven't played Dead Space 2 or
3.
the if you're playing co-op, like if you're playing the game co-op, both what? If you're playing the game co-op, you have even though you're playing together, you're having two completely different experiences character-wise, and we didn't know that.
Yeah, like I think it was just during the specific special mission that we were doing, because there was a part of a mission where he was walking through this room, and all he saw was like these giant nutcracker statues, and on my side, all I saw was coffins.
My character was hallucinating, and I didn't know that. I didn't know he was experiencing something different, and I was experiencing something different. So when he would hallucinate, it was freaky as hell. And it was scary, and I had to pee, but we were recording, so I was holding it, and it was gone. Goodbye. Pee everywhere.
Oh, the kitty.
Petting the kitty. There's a
Oh,
kitty at
it's,
the table.
He's nervous around new people.
Yeah.
So.
I think
adorable.
you had him before, right?
I have 2 cats. The other one is like 20 pounds and probably sleeping somewhere in the house.
and he hates us now.
Nah, he's just nervous around new people. I'm surprised he's even in here. I'm gonna be completely honest. He's
so
usually
interesting.
hiding under my bed right now.
So Dead Space Let's Play. Was it like split screen, or were you guys each recording your
It
own?
was online split screen.
Well, it was online, and then I did multi-camera edits.
Oh, yeah,
so
yeah,
it records both of us, except for whenever he was at his house when we were playing online. We only recorded my camera view during that time.
Yes,
Okay.
because I would use the Xbox Live headset as my microphone, and he would record.
Yeah, I would
on
record
his.
everything. Yeah, but most of the time he came over to my place because I had 2 Elgatos.
Yeah.
And he would bring his Xbox as well, and we would record both screens, and we just did a multi-camera edit.
Yeah.
Switch
That's
between our 2 perspectives.
That's what we did for
Dark Souls.
Yeah, we typically do that. Every once in a while, we'll just do a split screen to make it easier,
Yeah.
depending on the game. It's like when we do games like Ultimate Chicken Horse and things like that, where you can play all on a single screen, or like in ++, stuff like that.
Yeah.
It makes it easier, but there's been quite a few games where we've actually done like just multiplayer and then did multi-camera, like when we did Who's Your Daddy.
In my experience of editing
Who's your
multicam footage, I think it's more entertaining because you get to see the other person's perspective.
Yes.
Like it's not like you're just editing yourself anymore.
Right.
Especially like for the Dark Souls series that me and Jacob was playing. There were multiple moments where like I'm getting my ass kicked and Jacob's on the other side of the level just like taking care of business.
But believe it or not, having that one camera, like for instance, like our Dead Space where I'm actually having. There's one point where my character's hallucinating, and while my character is physically there, I am not. I'm mentally my character is somewhere else. Like I'm having a completely different experience,
And I'm having to protect him.
You're only seeing Alex,
And so
but you hear my audio of me freaking out and trying to describe.
Yeah, he's just like, he's like, oh my god, these creepy babies are coming at me. Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
these black babies are here. And it's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, Alex, do you not see these black babies everywhere? And then he's like, dude, I don't see anything. Your character's just freaking out. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm character's freaking
Yeah, like
out.
literally on my, because so it was like in that instance because we didn't do multi-camera edits, it actually worked a little bit better. Like, and it was just totally by fluke because we happened to be playing that mission
Right.
online. And we
Rewatching it now was fucking hilarious. I wouldn't want.
Yeah,
it
because
any
you were
other
seeing
way.
my perspective instead of yours.
Right, but you hear my audio of me freaking the fuck out, and it's so funny.
And it fits with the context of like his character's narrative that
Right.
his partner is losing his shit.
Like you just
Like
see him
literally,
like
he's just like holding his head,
this.
just freaking the fuck out.
And really, I'm in this like this room, or it's not even a room. I'm just in this on like almost like a mountaintop, and the whole sky is red, and these little black figures that look like children are attacking me. It's a ton of them, and I'm just by myself. I've been playing the game for the last couple days with me and my partner, and then now he's gone, and I'm just by myself having to defend myself, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
We're partners. Gay.
I mean,
Or mates, maybe. I don't know.
gay mates.
Man, what was
Achievement unlocked.
what was the whenever we started AchieveMates, Lindsay, Dylan's girlfriend at the time was like, you should be Achieve Pals.
Achieve Pals.
Oh yeah, Achievement Pals.
Achievement
no, that
Pals.
was Caitlin.
No, I think it was Lindsay that
No, it was
originally.
Caitlin. She's like, are you gonna do Achievement Pals stuff?
Achievement.
And you were like, wait, what? And you were like, Achievement Pals. You're like, it's AchieveMates. And she's like, oh, whatever.
Oh man, so good.
Yeah.
Mine is much more clever.
It's like, it's better than that. Oh,
Good times.
God.
But
It
yeah,
was a good time.
So-
the early days of AchieveMates was really fun.
it was. Yeah, so we
Now it's all stressful.
right. So we'd started AchieveMates. Like I said, that was 2012 December. Was when we made that trip to Austin. That was kind of like what I call the inception of AchieveMates. So that's how I consider it starting. And then we started posting content a few months later.
Right.
Because that was whenever we had the logo, which was a logo I made. Which we are currently going through a rebranding. So we're waiting
For obvious, more than obvious reasons.
I'm excited for those.
Yeah, so
yeah.
I can show you the
So
proofs a
am
little
I.
bit later. Yeah, we've been waiting for them for a while. But we have.
We might have to make it an executive decision soon. Which I think we should do.
So
Wink.
I emailed
You're
her.
literally just waiting for someone to finish your logo?
We already have the logo finished. We're waiting for her to send us the file.
Right.
And so probably what I'm gonna end up having to do is
Yeah.
I have a JPEG. I'm probably just gonna have to cut the logo out into a PNG so we can use it in the meantime.
No.
Have you seen our logos and stuff? Like
Yeah, the new ones.
like he makes everything we have.
All of our assets.
I mean, I don't know if-
Assets.
I'm sure he would do it for free. I'm not trying to like make
I mean,
him do
well,
work,
this-
but
No,
like
I've already
yeah,
offered
we've
my
already-
services. They
But the
don't
thing
say
is,
no.
we would have to wait longer for those to get made, and then that would push our revival back.
Yeah, because we already have the logo. We're just waiting for her to send us the file.
Right.
But yeah, same thing. Like
Yeah,
I do all my own like I've done all of our assets. Like our previous logo, I did all of our intro animations. I did all of our outros. I did everything.
So he's me.
so can we trade?
I mean, there you go.
I know, yeah.
Damn.
I'll trade his services.
But yeah, I can show you the new logo. But yeah, like I admittedly I was directly inspired by the Achievement Hunter logo whenever I made the logo.
Very
Of
obvious.
course.
Yeah.
Of course.
So
That was probably like one of the first. I think that was the first argument Alex and I had. I was like, "That's very much like Achievement Hunter's logo," and he's like, "No, it's not." And I'm like, "Yeah,
I'm like,
it
"No, it
is."
totally
And you're
is.
like, "No, no," and I'm like, "Okay." And then,
I was young and inexperienced.
I mean, Experience enough to be able to make a whole logo though.
I did make a logo. Yeah,
That was our
first
brand
logo
for
was the
Still to
diamond
this day.
with
No,
our
no, no,
squad
no,
heads.
no. I mean, what? That was terrible. But what was our first argument since they bring it up? I don't remember.
Our first argument was us being mad at each other for not talking.
Nice.
Yes,
That's
so
adorable.
true.
Are y'all best friends?
Yes.
Yeah, I've known
That's a
him.
good.
I've
That's a
known him
good
for, like-
argument. Like that is such a wholesome argument to have. It's like you're not talking to me. I'm like you're not talking
okay,
to me.
okay,
You're missing
Yeah.
the point.
Oh.
Yeah, the context was
Give
the,
me-
the
within the
argument was
context of
that we were
channel.
recording content,
Oh.
and it was just dead silence. for,
Never
like,
mind.
Yeah,
lines
so
of
like the
videos.
problem was
that's the new
Now
logo.
it's
Like-
shitty.
like ooh
I like that.
yeah
So that's the
I
new
do
logo.
like that.
it's definitely pretty nice.
You guys can't see it, but you will
can't.
soon.
You will
Not-
eventually.
not
Can
until-
we like put it on the like in the podcast right here or something?
Probably. I can see if I can. I have an original file. I can see if I can cut it out and send it to you guys.
Well,
so
I
you can
wouldn't want to
post it.
like. I don't know if it's released or.
We haven't posted anything about it
if
yet,
it's not
but I mean-
public, then we're not gonna worry about
I've
it.
talked about. I've only talked about it. I haven't posted anything.
Okay, we'll just hold off.
This
on it,
was
but-
actually the runner-up, the second logo idea that we had, but we liked the other one.
Yeah,
a
I
little better.
agree.
Yeah, it's like cleaner.
Yeah,
it's like
I
more
like the other
modern
one too.
I like
It
it.
also it tied in elements of the old logo with the arrow.
Exactly, and that's one of the things that we
But
mentioned.
you're still keeping like
a
your
like
personality.
Yeah. Exactly,
So that part of the logo is actually put in because of my my gamer tag, or like I guess my internet tag is bullseye 2400. So I made a bullseye for the logo out of arrows, and so that was actually how I came up with that idea. And so the girl who's doing our logo, who I am very good friends with, I actually worked with her for a while, and she graduated from
excuse me,
y'all.
we are good friends.
I knew it before you, bitch.
But she's still a
You're
friend.
the same person. I mean,
Basically. But so
Yin and the yang.
right. So I asked her to do the logo for us, and she was like, "I really like the arrow idea. I want to incorporate this in the new logo." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Do whatever you feel necessary." So I think she did a really good job. So we're just waiting for the Illustrator file so we can actually have a vector format instead of a JPEG that we
Yeah.
can actually do stuff with.
Yeah. So we can get the
Ball rolling.
the roll on the show.
Well, is there a possible timeline, like after the rebranding, like the logo comes into full play? When
I mean,
like,
as soon as we get it,
soon as you
like
can.
this is the thing. So the logo is tying up like
Everything.
three things specifically. One, let's plays, or well, content. Let's just say content. One of those contents is what you distract. Two, an announcement that we haven't announced yet because we're waiting for the
Still an
like a
announcement,
big
yeah.
like a big announcement.
yeah,
And then actually no, two. That's like our content. And then we have a like a big announcement, and we
Yeah.
can't do. We can't even like the part of the announcement. We can't even do like our side of it without the logo.
Yeah, and then once the logo is done, then I can work on all the other assets like our lower thirds for what's new to this tray, for like our intro videos, and which we've already talked about what we want those to look like. So I already have the conceptual part down. I just need the logo so I can make them now.
Gotcha.
So hopefully we'll get them any day now.
any day.
Any
Yeah,
day.
yeah. It's literally like any day now. We're just like, and then
So it could possibly be tomorrow.
So
like,
yeah.
It
right
could be
now.
tonight.
It-
Fuck.
yeah.
I don't know.
Well, I was
full
wondering
on.
because this podcast is going to go up not tomorrow Tuesday, but next.
It's about a week.
Yeah,
if
about
we
a
have the
week from
logo, then I will send you the file.
Yeah.
The likelihood is probably not because our friend who's doing our logo, she's been doing a lot of traveling,
yeah.
and so that's kind of put her behind in finishing up her stuff. Because like we talked to her about doing the logo. God, like was it like October?
June.
Was it June?
June.
Fuck.
Well,
Oh my
yes,
God.
June, because that's when we all sat down and talked. And,
yeah,
and
that
actually
was.
had the talk of like, hey, what? Let's
We
do
do
AchieveMates
AchieveMates
again.
again, yeah.
Okay. And then it was like from there, it's just like
I was saying, great.
I think you emailed Claire that day.
I was
or
not,
like the next day.
now. Granted, that's my fault because I told her I was like, "Don't worry, take your time."
That is true.
I did say that. So
So, what made you guys stop?
Packed house.
Oh, yeah.
You guys
Really?
want to get into that?
we a little bit.
We've
Yeah.
had them on the show, so they know.
I
who
mean,
they
yeah,
are,
no, I
so-
Oh
totally-
yeah,
I
no,
totally saw
no.
that.
But so basically, like love the Packed House guys. We
Nah,
we
fuck them.
we we
Yo, it's not ours.
we we closed down AchieveMates to combine together to make Packed House.
Should we go in the backstory?
I mean, we can.
Well, we kind of have
a
an
little bit of
idea
context. John came up to us the same pitch, but we were pretty adamant about us keeping ourselves separate. Like we had
I remember that.
problems making content with Packed House, but we weren't going to dissolve Spank and Jake for it.
Right, and that was
we did. We dissolved AchieveMates to do it.
We kept the channel
Active or alive.
Yeah, at least alive. And then once we all merged channels, it was understood that we were all going to start making content for that one umbrella channel. And
Sorry, it's the beer.
which was fine.
We basically just had creative differences over time. Gary ended up leaving, and then I got a promotion at work. I couldn't put much time into Packed House after a while, and then I had creative differences, and then so I left, and then we kind of went radio silent with content altogether for about a year after that point.
Because and that's what what got me into Twitch.
Yeah, I was going to say you started Twitch streaming whenever you left Packed House.
Because that was one of the things. It was just I was like, I'm not enjoying this as much as I thought I would.
Yeah, my understanding of the situation with Packed House is that you left to stream.
No,
Now, you didn't you left because of your creative differences, and that caused you to start streaming.
Pretty
Yes.
much.
Oh.
Yeah.
I left because we had been doing YouTube content for years before doing the 48-hour live stream, before we did the Umbrella channel, and that's all I knew. So I'm just the type of person that's I'll know almost immediately if I'm going to enjoy something, or if you have that gut feeling about anything.
I know exactly what you mean.
And I'm the type of person I'll get that gut feeling. I'm like, no, something's not right. I need to back off. And so that was my thing, was that I was starting to notice certain things, and I was like, I don't like this. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna take a step back, and I was like, I'm going to. This is not what I want to do. This is not what I thought this was going to be. So I'm going to take a step, a graceful step back, and I'm going to continue to do the thing that I want to do. I actually want to try streaming. I want to try Let's Play, and I was fairly successful at it.
Yeah, you did pretty well.
I did pretty well. I made a little bit of money. I became affiliate within a month.
Nice.
And then that became more of a stress. I was starting to spend a lot less time with my family and my wife. I was starting to really stress out. I was like, I didn't stream today. I'm stressed the fuck out now. My channel's dead.
No, I remember that because I remember you do that all the time. You're like I was like, hey Gary, we should play games. Like, I can't.
I gotta stream tonight. Yeah, and it was at first I gotta stream tonight, and people, everyone, we would do all these different types of content, and it was people would come in and were like, yeah, party, and then it was but then when they wouldn't come in, it was I would go into a full on depression.
Yeah, no, because I remember that,
and not I'm bummed out. No, I would talk to my therapist about this.
Shit.
Yeah,
so it just became a job instead of something you like to do.
Right.
Yeah.
And I loved doing it. Live streaming the other day was fucking fantastic. But the thing about it, when I was doing Twitch, is that I was by myself, and I'm used to having at least
not
Alex.
always, because sometimes that was whenever we were playing a lot of the Division, so you would stream the Division occasionally.
No, I'm talking about just recording content and commentary.
Oh, actively you were
you.
doing everything by yourself, and then every once in a while you would stream a game that we were playing together.
And it was fine because I had somebody, but it was getting to the point where I was like, I'm stressing the fuck out about streaming.
Dude, making content solo is hard.
It's very hard.
I've never wanted to touch that concept.
But you have that creative control. If I wanted to start make a brand and I wanted to make merch, I could do that without having to talk to anybody about it. I was like, I have stickers. I give you all some stickers today. I got some in my car. I got stickers. I got fucking pins. I would sell that shit, And then I could make people could order shirts, and I would stream me drawing and stuff like that, and people would buy that shit. And it was awesome. I love that shit. But then it really did become a job. I built. I did things and built my life around streaming. I was like, I'm gonna buy, like, literally to the point to where I was like, I need clothes. I'm going to go buy clothes. I'm going to go to Target to buy clothes. And in my head, it was less of like, is this gonna fit me, or is this gonna look good on stream? Can I wear this on stream?
Wow.
And stuff like that, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but it was like, I'm starting to stress the fuck out.
I would say it wasn't the right mindset to
But
have.
were you
No.
Were you also like doing a day job?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I work a full-time job.
I mean,
and then at the time,
were you making enough though from streaming to?
no,
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 not
hell
at
no.
all.
Okay.
I think the whole time that I streamed, like cash flow in hand, like in my pocket, went into my pocket, and I bought shit. I think the most I made $30. Yeah, about $30, like cash, like, and that's not revenue like from ads or that's people like, hey,
Tipping you.
I saw you you were sad today, or like you didn't drink a beer on stream today, here's $5. Boom. Shout out to Marlo Reynolds,
Hashtag.
Marlo Reynolds, love you, dude. It was wild. And then
Damn.
and that, I don't know, that turned into something to where
You just kind of slowly got out of it, or
I slowly, like, I realized I was like, man, this is too much. Like, I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna take a little hiatus. I took a hiatus, and then I didn't want to go back, because like after like looking at it from the outside in, like Twitch's community was just becoming more and more toxic. Like it wasn't necessarily my community, it was Twitch's community in general. Like in the grand scheme of things, it was like talking like people were just attacking each other. They were attacking women because they got titties, and black streamers because they're black, and things like that. And just
How dare you be black?
they were like, oh, you jigaboo.
Oh my god, look at all
Here's
them
some bits.
Look at all them black people.
But a lot of it, like Twitch's community and YouTube's community is very different, and it's like,
yeah.
I find like, even though the YouTube comment section is really bad, Twitch is like their community, not they're like, well, actually, kind of it's like half and half. It's like a lot of Twitch streamers, not all, but a lot of Twitch streamers are like really entitled, and really once they reach that peak, they become really entitled, and they can't be really bothered with you. You don't if you like. I follow a lot of other streamers, like some streamers that I don't know. It was just like a networking thing. And there's always like these posts of like, if you come into my stream, there's 4 things you don't do. Don't ask me to play a game. Don't talk to me about my game. Don't ask where it's so and so. Don't do this. And it's like, so you just want your followers to not fucking talk to you at all. Either you send me money or send me money. And that's it. Or sit down and shut up.
do you think that's like part of just the nature of being on your own? Like, because basically,
Maybe.
like, how many people stream on Twitch as like a group?
As a group, no one
Not
that's
a
not
ton.
already established, like
Right.
like a company, like
Right.
IGN, or people. It's usually individuals, unless their brand is like something.
You know what
in a
it kind of
group.
reminds me of in a way? I mean, it's literally the same thing as being like a cam girl, except just a different medium.
Basically,
It really is.
You can, because you can be a cam girl with more restrictions in a way.
Right.
Well, I mean,
You know.
that's kind of how the whole like half-naked streamers kind of thing
Right.
started.
And it's like, it sucks, because I'm like, I'm in full support of do whatever you want to do. You want
Right.
to
I'm like right in the middle.
Yeah, I'm
somewhere.
like right in the middle of it. Like, do what you want to do, whatever. There's somebody who will enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them. And I'm not saying that you're wrong or you're bad for doing it. I'm just like, I mean, I might pop in because I'm like, those are nice, but I'm not gonna stay.
Right. Like you.
Not because I'm not gonna not stay because your tits are out. I'm just not gonna stay because I'm just like, I don't know you. I have no reason.
Right.
To stay.
Like you have every right to use what you have to be successful.
Exactly.
But
it's
I
like-
don't have anything. That was my thing. Is like,
But you have-
I don't have
You have
anything.
your
no, but,
gorgeous
like-
personality.
Yeah, but if people don't come in, I can't show them my personality.
It's true. It's like a
it's-
personality isn't
like,
showable.
Statistically, people will not, unless like people will not come into your chat if you're fat and black. That is statistics. If you are muscular, handsome, and black, yeah, they might come in and be like, "Wow, what are you playing?"
Anthony,
yeah, and like Anthony was streaming for a while, and he probably
did well.
Yeah,
because he's a fucking hot ass black dude.
But I had to be really fucking funny, or really good at Overwatch, and I'm really good at Overwatch. I'm okay at being funny, you know. But you know what brought me a lot of views in? When I would have my wife on the stream with me, when we would do podcasts on Saturday.
Because she's a hot big titty chick.
Yeah, exactly. And they would come in. But the funny thing is, it was only foreign people that really were interested. I had a viewer from Scotland who was a chick.
Oh yeah,
and a viewer from
her.
Ireland who was also a chick, and they were in love with her. But
they were so much fun because whenever we played Division, they would come in.
Oh, and they would just fuck with me.
Oh, it was so much
my
fun.
God. My wife's name is
remember that.
Shelby. So whenever I remember the funniest, fondest moment I had is like we were doing we would do podcast streams on like every other Saturday, and I would call her name. I'm like, Chubby, you know, stuff like that, and she's like, okay, are you saying Chubby? Is her name Chubby? I was like, no, her name is Shelby. They were like, I totally thought you were saying Chubby, and all I can imagine is this chick. And it's kind of just like, are you calling her Chubby? It's like, no, her name is Chubby. I totally thought you were calling her Chubby.
That's Irish, homie.
Whatever. Fucking same thing.
Dude, you just offended like all 2 of their viewers on this podcast.
Oh, no. Bruh. We invented golf.
Wow. You just offended all 2 of us.
Oh, no. We invented golf.
My heart aches right now.
It's a kilt. It's not a skirt. And golf.
Okay, that's better. That's more Scottish. I'll give you that one.
All right. Appreciate it.
You
fucking
redeemed
expert.
yourself. right.
Wait a goddamn minute. You enunciated on this word. That's Irish, you black bitch.
Jesus. I have watched like 300 hours of Jacksepticeye. I know Irish when I hear it. I am Jacksepticeye. Come on.
Oh my god. Okay, since you said it.
It's so.
Morning to you, Boudin boys. It's
So-
Jack
Like, literally.
Top of the morning chat.
Like
Fired.
fired. No, so like a year or 2 ago when I went to MechaCon, I got stopped at least 8 times. Like, oh my god, it's a great Jacksepticeye cosplay.
We
And I was just dressed as myself.
We had a girl. We went to play.
Was your hair dyed?
No, yes.
Which, by the way, I dyed my hair way before he did.
Yes,
so.
he did.
Okay.
We went to we were going
Yeah,
to play and trade one day, like him and I, and this girl full on like, and was like,
Are you a Jacksepticeye?
yeah. No, she didn't say anything. She was just like, and I looked at her. And she's like, and I was like,
Did you ever cash in?
No.
no.
Dude, I should have, but no. Funny enough, so when we went to that MechaCon, we weren't even at MechaCon. We left MechaCon to go to a Rouse's to buy beer, and the cashier at Rouse's was like, "You look like the love child of Markiplier and Jacksepticeye."
Do you know what I thought of? Speaking of MechaCon.
What?
So there's a funny story about MechaCon. So we go to I haven't gone to MechaCon in a couple of years.
In a few years, yeah.
Just financially is not feasible for me. But my first MechaCon, Walmart.
Oh yeah. Whenever that chick was like,
No. Before that. Okay.
are you talking about whenever your dick came out your pants? Okay.
That's a good story. Tell that
I
story.
didn't know if you were talking about the one whenever we were in New Orleans and
the
that
chick in
black
the-
chick was
yeah.
like, man, I love those Pop-Tarts. I should come party with you guys.
These Pop-Tarts so
Hey,
bad.
both of these sound good. So
And like we had a ton of alcohol. She's like, "Ooh, child, them Pop-Tarts look good. I'm gonna come party with y'all. I want some of them Pop-Tarts. What kind of flavors y'all got? That strawberry? Ooh, I'm gonna get that strawberry. No, but that the same situation. We were walking through Walmart, and I was like, man, I'm in New Orleans. I don't live here. I can be trashy. Nobody know me. Nobody know me in New Orleans. I'm gonna wear these pajama pants and a t-shirt in Walmart. And so when I usually wear pajama pants, I don't wear underwear. So, and then the pajama pants have the little button and the crouch. So I'm walking around and I'm like, "Ooh, boy, it's breezy in here."
No,
Like, goddamn.
no, like literally, we.
Like I could feel the breeze, like go, like just just like cutting through the pubes, and I was like, man, that feel good. And like people are staring at, they're looking at my pajama pants and they're staring, and I'm like, yes, I'm wearing pajama pants. Ooh,
That's the issue here.
oh, crackhead. Ooh, I'm gonna get you. Give me your money. And I was like, man, a lot of people are fucking staring at these pajama pants. And I looked down, my dick is full on out. Like, full, like peeking, like, ooh, I never been in a Walmart before. And I was like, holy shit.
Wait,
The
was
only
the
thing-
button so
Wait.
like
No,
done?
the button was closed, but
It was-
no,
oh,
I
it
lied. It was open. No, it was open. It was full.
Okay.
It was like this, and it was just like, boop. And I was like, oh shit.
The only thing better would be is if like this like 5-year-old like bleach blonde white girl would have seen with her family there.
Mommy, why does that man have a steak?
Why is it wearing a turtleneck?
Because they want your pudding pops.
Is anyone in particular like when you look back at who saw? Was there anyone that really struck you as like maybe
No, I'm pretty like the looks I was getting was like, oh no, the crackhead Snooky.
How unfortunate.
He's high. He must be high.
Because even his dick is high. It's so high.
A lot of people are like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Dude, it was New Orleans. They weren't like, it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Like, damn, girl.
It's like, ooh, what them Pop Tarts at?
Like,
Let me get one of them little
let me
Pop
put it
Tarts.
this way. Like, I've never felt like a minority as a white person until I was in
you
that
was
Walmart.
yeah, that's true.
I felt like a minority at that Walmart.
That
It
is
was
true.
kind of
have
amazing.
you ever like looked up like shit you see in Walmart
Oh, yeah.
compilations and saw yourself?
Oh,
No.
no, I hope so.
Dude, speaking of that,
I'm a cash shit. I'm Dick Walmart guy. Remember me?
Walmart dick guy. Dude,
Walmart Dick guy,
I'm
New
just-
Orleans.
I've seen
Went
porn.
viral.
You're not the only person to ever do that. I promise you.
It's always in IKEA though.
That
Like
is true.
IKEA is where it's like if you want a place to fuck,
IKEA's the
it is
place here.
IKEA.
But speaking of places,
Apparently.
things on the internet. So
IKEA is great though.
this was probably
Yes, yeah.
this was probably like 2012 or 2013. I was working at the original Starbucks I worked at, like right here by my apartment, and one of my coworkers was like, "Hey, I need to talk to you about something." I'm like, "Okay, cool, whatever." So she comes up to me, and she was like, "So, I need to show you something." And so she shows me a screenshot she took. It was this dude who posted on Craigslist misconnections about my wife.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yes. So, for those of you who are listening, aren't familiar with misconnections, it's basically a place on Craigslist where you can be like, I saw this person,
Yes.
and I really feel like we had a connection.
my God.
I saw you in this location, and this is like a general description of me. Hit me up if you're
Oh,
interested.
no. Oh no, it was way creepier than that.
Oh no, it was basically like,
He was like, I saw that you have a wedding ring. That doesn't matter. We can.
so like it was so that my
kick
wife
his ass.
my wife was a,
No, he was just like, I saw the wedding ring, but I don't care.
no, like literally, so my wife was a supervisor at the Starbucks in Broussard, and he was one of her regulars.
Oh god.
And my wife is the kind of person where she's very friendly, but it's so friendly to the point where it comes off as flirtatious. Which is fine. Like that doesn't bother me. But a lot of people they see it and they're like, oh, she's flirting with me.
Like, oh fuck yeah.
And especially like working at Starbucks, we're forced to be overly friendly with people. And so the
What can I get started for you? This dick.
oh, don't worry, it's already started.
Venti
It's like never
or
mind.
grande?
Never mind. There's a foam.
There's a Trenta rat in the bathroom right now. But so the misconnection was basically like, we always talk and I feel like we have a real connection. I see that you have a wedding ring, but don't worry, I'm married too, and I won't tell if you don't.
Yeah.
I'm the tall guy, like blah blah blah. And I thought it was the funniest thing I've
didn't.
ever seen.
I didn't, because I saw it. He didn't even tell me about it. I was fucking on that bitch. I was like, let's see who's a fucking loser today. And I was like, wait. Hold on. Scroll.
Dude,
Holy shit.
I was dying laughing.
And I fucking called Alex at that. And I was like, Alex, bruh, I'm on misconnections right. And he's like, I know, I'm not worried about it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, let's go kill this nigga right now.
Dude, I thought it was the funniest thing because my coworker was like, she's like, I like to laugh at misconnections, and so she was browsing.
You
she
see,
was,
that was my first question. I was like, did you not ask? Like,
oh no,
what were you doing?
She was straight up. She's like, I love to just go and laugh at people on the
Yeah,
section.
but sometimes I'm like, oh, I hope somebody's talking about me.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Like,
Well, I mean, you always have that like subconscious hope that somebody's
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about you.
absolutely. You're like, oh.
But yeah, no, it was like it was just funny because you had mentioned that about posting about shit you see in Walmart. It reminded me of that instance.
That was funny, man. I was like, dude, no, let's go get him today. He's like, nah, man, I'm not worried about it. I'm like, fuck you.
Dude,
I'm on my way.
That shit never bothered me. I thought it was funny. Like they had an 18-year-old that once hit on Caitlin whenever she was working right there, and like he was like telling her like oh, you want to have a good time, and she's like first of all, I'm like 8 years older than you, and second of all, I'm married. You wouldn't know what to do with me.
See, that's,
oh, wait. Age check for you guys, real quick.
Oh, I am 27. I'll be 28 in May.
I'll be 30 in March.
I'm 27 too.
Nice.
He's the youngest person here.
Oh,
How old are you?
25, turning 26 in July.
You little baby. I know Gary's about to be the big old 3-0 in like 2 months.
yeah.
Good stuff.
Dude, remember when you turn 30, you're basically dead.
Like,
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look, here's,
Wow.
Look,
Yeah.
here's what my inspiration for being successful in life is Danny Sexbang. So
Yeah. But I also feel like I have this like preconceived like once I'm 30, I shouldn't be playing video games and like trying to be a YouTube
he
sensation.
didn't start until after.
I know, but he looks 12.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
No, he still looks very young.
I was
Like
you don't
Danny-
look 30.
I do look 30. I
don't
look
look 30.
older
No.
than
You
He
don't
30.
look
doesn't
30.
look almost 40. though.
Everybody thinks I'm way older.
Wait, Danny's almost 40?
Yeah,
He's like
dude,
37,
Danny and
38.
Patrick are like the
Fuck
same age.
my life,
He's like
dude.
38,
Yeah.
man.
How old is
Aaron?
No, not Aaron.
Did you Brian?
Brian.
Brian's
Oh, he's
Brian,
like
I
40,
think-
50
yeah.
almost.
Yeah, he's in
Fuck
the 50s.
my life, dude.
Yeah, I think Danny and Patrick are the same age.
Dude,
Brian's
looks-
had a whole life before.
Dude, he
us.
looks
He
good
has
for his
like,
age.
yeah, he was like a teenage kid, I think.
What a coincidence.
He was a teenage kid. What?
No, he has a teenage kid.
Brian, does
No,
Brian not have a 12?
he has a little girl. I think, but
Oh.
wait, he doesn't
No,
have.
he has a daughter. Like, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, does
but
he-
no, but
is-
like
is
he
she
was.
like a teenage?
I don't know if you know
No,
much
she's
about
like
him, but like
4.
Oh, okay.
this dude was a
Jesus.
fucking like professor at Harvard or something.
What?
No,
Was
it
he
was
really?
it was
Was it?
it was an overseas, like it was a Ivy League school.
It was an
like,
Ivy
in
League
London.
school, like in the UK, maybe.
didn't know
Yes.
Well,
it
he's
was-
done things that wherever.
I feel like a
he-
lesser
theoretical
person now.
physicist. He
If
PhD.
you, which is sad because if you feel like a lesser person with a master's degree,
I don't have a
made-
master's degree. I have a bachelor's degree.
Oh, bachelor's degree. Sorry,
I don't even have that.
If you, I don't have that either.
Hey,
I have 4 years of college.
I have 2 years of 9th grade, and that's it. And then gone. Goodbye. That's it.
Don't even have a college, high school diploma.
Isn't that
Don't
like-
even have a
look,
diploma.
Aaron Hansen.
What about Aaron?
dropped out of school.
He
Did
dropped
he
out of
really?
school when he was
Yeah.
like a freshman in high school.
Yeah,
Really?
never completed high
Thank
school.
fucking Christ.
You have
Yes, because Aaron Hansen was like one of the first like internet
Oh, yeah, I remember.
creators that
Me too.
I fucking
Yeah, because the
fell in
Awesome
love
series,
with.
the Awesome
Yeah,
series.
so Newgrounds.
Newground was a
dude.
like a
I used to
pivotal
watch
point
him,
of my
like,
childhood.
like fucking Ego Raptor, Legendary Frog, and the Super Flash Brothers were my absolute. I would watch that shit over and over and over and over and over again, and then I would go and play the dating sim.
Have you either of you guys ever heard of this animator Matt Wilson?
Matt Wilson.
Not the editor for like Super Mega with Game Grumps, but his name's Matt Wilson.
What did he make?
He made a series on Newgrounds called Bonus Stage.
I've seen it. I just don't. I've. You know,
He
it's
made
not-
like an
think so.
entire like series of cartoons with two fictional gamers, and like it completely like formed my sense of humor. growing
Bonus
up.
stage.
Bonus Stage.
I
he had-
remember Mega Tokyo.
No.
Mega Tokyo was my shit for a while.
Mega Tokyo.
Yeah.
I my buddy Mikey, he would buy the Mega Tokyo omnibus.
The what?
It's literally like it was a compilation of all the Mega Tokyos.
What is it called?
Omnibus.
Is
That's like a.
That's
kinda-
an
that
actual
sounds
term.
evil.
That's a real term.
No,
That's
no,
real
it's
omnibus.
fucking not. Omnibus sounds fucking evil. It sounds like you open that shit and demons will come out. You will get haunted.
It's an ominous.
That is like
bus.
the blackest thing I've
To
heard you
be
say
honest-
today.
that is, dude. Say it. Say the word. Say it.
Omnibus.
That's fucking. That's fucking.
To be fair,
It's an ominous
I'm
bus.
possessed by hearing
Yeah.
it.
Wait, let's just do. Okay, wait. Just think about it for a second. Fucking mustached villain. He's like,
The omnibus.
you never stop my. And soon I will have the omnibus. And once I have the omnibus, I will have the world. And then I'm going to jizz in my pants because I'm alone. Oh, there it is.
all right. So
Omnibus.
to be like to
Sounds
your
like some
benefit.
shit that Transformers come to Earth to fucking get.
I think of two things when I have thought of two things when he said omnibus. One, I thought of Omni Slash from Final Fantasy
Yeah.
VII, and two, the last time I legit heard someone use omnibus was Ask a Ninja from the
shit,
old
I forgot about
YouTube
that.
days.
Yeah.
Dude, Ask a Ninja was fucking
Yeah.
awesome. Apparently, he's like 6'6". He's like a tall ass dude.
Oh my god.
Does he? I don't think he's made videos for a couple years.
Oh,
It's been a
it's
while.
probably been some.
I checked
some
back,
years.
like I remembered him like a while back, and I checked in. I was like, oh, it's actually not been that long, but I don't know how.
So what is an omnibus?
It's literally a compilation, like things that. It's a compilation of like comics or anything like that into one giant mega collection. That's what an
Oh, so
omnibus
Shonen
is.
Jump.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
because
No.
Shonen Jump is a single chapter of multiple different things.
Like,
it's a single collection of one single
if you
thing.
look at all the
Shonen Jump.
volumes right there, and they were all in one spine,
That would be an omnibus.
if,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's Shonen Jump.
It's every like entry of a series or a franchise completed in one.
A good example is
so it's a nerd Bible.
It's a
Nerd
it's
Bible of
a
a single
DVD
series,
box
yes.
set.
Yes.
Yeah, DVD
Yeah.
box set. There you go. One of the ones that I remember very fondly was there was it was a weekly comic that was turned into an omnibus. It was called Azumanga Daioh.
That sounds familiar.
That does sound familiar.
It was a single. Each one is independent, but it had like a kind of overarching story. It was of these like high school girls, and it was a 4-panel
got
comic.
me.
There was nothing sexy about it. There's nothing sexy about it.
I'm out.
I know you are. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
And so it was 4 comics that would make a single, 4 panels that make a single comic, and there was 4 seasons covering each of their 4 years of high school, and so they made an omnibus for all of them.
And that's what an omnibus is. The more you know.
It still sounds.
It's not
like a magical
bus
relic.
just coming in from the fog of a
Fucking
dark Raccoon
evil
City.
ass bus.
It's a god bus. It's a bus that sees all.
I want to shift gears a little.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking Vin Diesel.
Put it in reverse. We're about to fucking Tokyo Drift this shit.
Put that shit in reverse.
We kind of are, because
He wants to go back to the porn.
anime's gotten weird. Almost.
Okay.
Almost.
Okay.
Anime's gotten so weird. So it was yesterday, day before, like my because I haven't watched anime that much. Like I've been somewhat consistent, but
That sounds like a person.
I haven't
that sounds
watched
like
it as
something a
much
person
as-
who watches anime all the time.
no, but I have
I dabble.
I don't even watch anime. I mean,
What's the animus?
What is there's a? Oh, you mean Japanime? Oh, the Chinese cartoons. Yeah, totally.
manga.
Manga, yes. Oh, don't even fucking get me started on shit. I can already feel Dylan. Like Dylan's like doing some fucking like professor shit, and he's like, triggered. Somebody said manga. It's manga. I have a Japanese friend who says it's manga.
Fucking Dylan.
Okay, wait.
I work at college.
But anyway, I haven't watched it like a ton since I've been younger. But I decided I was like, I'm gonna watch a new anime,
Okay.
Okay.
and I forgot the damn name, but you'll know what I'm talking about probably.
Okay.
It's the one where there's a sport where women in bikinis
Oh
have
shit!
to
I know exactly what you're talking
knock
about.
each other
I
off
don't
of
know
this
the name.
platform
Yeah,
with their butts.
I don't know
and
the name of
boobs.
it, but I know the term.
And it's fucking awesome.
I watched only the first episode. I was like,
Same.
this is the best
was
thing
like,
I've ever fucking seen.
For a guy who loves butts.
Not even.
I
It's
was like,
not even about that. It's like how hyped do they get over the
What
sport?
you mean?
For him, it's all about that.
It's all about and that's the one thing they always just like never put enough.
like-
If you okay, I see the titties.
No,
I
no, no,
see
no,
it
but,
from
like,
over here.
The animation quality is so good.
You're
it
literally
is.
talking to the one guy in this room who is a self-proclaimed hentai watcher.
Oh yeah.
He's like,
I mean, I dabble.
watch hentai.
I dabble.
Oh, no,
He's
man.
like, the story's great.
I don't feel
and
like-
the porn is great.
But this is the thing. It's like I don't.
Wait,
I
do
don't
you
read-
watch
I don't
hentai
watch
in Japanese or do you
Oh,
watch
I don't
it?
watch. I read.
Oh,
I was like, here's some
I
watch.
wanna-
One of those hands is busy. I promise you.
I want it to last as long as possible. Page by page.
You sound like the kind of person who watches those like
Sticky
challenge
page
porn
by
videos.
sticky page.
Wait, what?
Like the ones that like you have to masturbate to the beat.
No,
Oh,
because that takes the
Hero.
fun out of it. That takes all the fun out of
It's
it.
a
Dude,
challenge.
Dude, dude, you're talking about Cock Hero. Come on.
cocky. Oh,
That's what it's called, dude.
Yeah.
You got to jerk off to the beat. It has like the little rhythm
that takes
thing.
the fun out of it.
No, man, it's
have
all
you
about
honestly
endurance.
done one
I
though?
wonder if there's a
have.
porn
You
called
have.
RoboCock.
It killed me.
Oh wow, this is
It depends. It depends.
Wow.
It's all about endurance. You have to see if you can last because they're usually about 30 minutes long.
Never,
so if you
though.
can
See,
last-
I'm the opposite. I'm like, how long? I want to savor it. I want to
It-
savor it.
it's
Oh, this is
painful.
the.
You really
this is
came
the
full
moment.
circle. I don't think you guys know.
Yeah.
You don't
Like
really.
the table is completely divided right
Dude,
now.
okay, so tonight, whenever Shelby goes to bed, you're like, no sex tonight. I have something I have to do. And then you're going to go on Pornhub and you're going to type in cock hero and you're going to do this, okay?
It's okay. This is word of advice. Just like whenever
All the
they get to
listeners
those
have to
like
do it as
repeating
well.
beats, just like try and be slow with them. All you gotta do is hit that rhythm. Don't go like full like up and down
well-
stream.
Okay, so
It's
everyone,
insane.
everyone listening at home has to do this as well. Stop the video real quick. Just pause it.
The problem is that the problem is
also-
that Clinton was fucking like demonstrating with his finger and another hand, and it was slightly
attacked.
By the way, that's just life with us. So it didn't even phase me.
I'm so attacked.
That's not even something that registered.
It's completely normal.
and it was like really intimate and really like vulgar.
Look at me, Gary. Look at me.
I'm so
Look at my eyes.
Just squint.
You're gonna rub the head. You're gonna rub the head a little bit, counterclockwise, not too hard, not too hard. You don't want to. You don't want to come, do you?
right into the frenulum. Right into the
I don't
frenulum.
want to come. I
grabbed
don't
his
want to
hand.
come yet.
Give it.
You're not allowed to come.
Oh. Fuck. Oh. Well, you know what?
I'm done.
I'm lightheaded.
I realized like how much porn influences like our comedy, which is so sad for like 20-something year olds, like over 25. Because look, watch this. Watch.
Oh wait, are you gonna do what I think you're gonna do?
Yep. See? Like we piss off all of our because when we play in Monster Hunter, someone like, fuck me.
Literally every time we play video, we're like, fuck my pussy.
But it was the moment when I had to show my friends where, like, what influences that the most.
shit.
So I actually had to play the porn video and just play the audio through the microphone as we're playing games, because there's the most classic line any porn I've ever watched in my entire life by a porn star named oh shit, I forgot her name. I can look it up later. But she says,
Riley Reid.
no, it's not Riley
Riley
Reid.
Reid is good.
Remy LaCroix.
No, I do love Remy. Remy has that fat ass.
I-
She's not Bailey Brooks. Bailey Brooks is Bay, but nobody tops Christy Mack. Christy Mack is on a whole nother level. She's not a porn star.
I would
She's a
say
model.
you know that Gary and I are best friends whenever I know his favorite porn
Yep.
star. To the point where for his birthday,
look at me like
I
that.
told him I was gonna buy him a Christy Mack fleshlight.
Fleshlight, but the
to have it.
but
It's
the
just too
butthole.
expensive.
I need to have a conversation
It
with
is
my
too
girlfriend
expensive.
because I don't think she knows that.
It is too expensive. That is like $100
Yeah, it was.
fleshlight.
Yeah, it was pretty expensive. I was. Very
And I love
excited.
you, but not $100.
It's all right. The classic line I've ever heard, like while trying to start, because the sex hadn't even happened yet, and she's just like, I don't know, I just want to know if my pussy's good, and I was like, whoa, whoa. So now that's like one of the lines, like, I just want to know if my pussy's
No,
good.
you know my favorite. My favorite is like, what? Have no money? Here, suck a cock.
And that's only part. You've never seen that? No. Or they're like, don't do it. I'm a virgin.
Don't do it. I'm a virgin.
That was in one of our what's in your diss trays?
We need.
Yeah.
We need to tell them.
Oh,
God.
who's the virgin?
No.
Who?
No.
me. I'm a virgin.
I mean,
I'm a
him,
married
but no.
virgin.
I can find. I'll find.
I have
smell it.
Oh yeah.
I've been married for 6 years and I'm still a virgin.
Is that cocoa butter?
Like, I'm impressed.
That was a really obscure like masturbation reference.
Like, what
But the-
religion do you follow to be married and still be a virgin?
Right?
Wait, what?
Oh no, I was joking. I was like, I've been married for 6 years and I'm still a virgin.
Oh,
No,
he's getting
okay.
a divorce, so
Okay, so you know where I'm going
Don't
with
worry,
this,
I'll
right?
lose my virginity soon.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yes. Yes.
Anyway, but you know where I'm going with this, Megan.
I know.
So once upon a time, me and my, not you, Alex, but like our friend Alex,
Okay.
because you're not our friend.
Which
Welcome
is
to the
bizarre.
We Are Acquaintances podcast.
Exactly. It's like, I was like, we are complete strangers podcast.
Yeah.
But it,
We are random people who shop at Best Buy podcast.
kinda, I mean.
I mean, or at, in your case, Office Depot.
Right.
I would have started this conversation with, "Is there anything I can do to help you today?"
You're like, welcome to the home automation department where I can sell you these expensive ass things.
All right. So anyway, so once upon a time, me and my other friend Alex decided to just, I don't know, mess with Clinton in his room. So he left to use the bathroom, whatever. And we were like, let's just put some porn on his computer.
We have a story. We have a story after this. Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, so, but what we didn't, I found something and I put it up because I didn't know how long it was gonna be.
This is like the exact same story.
And so he gets back and I'm like, I'm ready to press play. And I and just like the very fucking, like they're already having sex at the beginning of the video. And so he walks in and they're just, they're going at it.
Doing
Whatever,
the
it's just
thing.
porn, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm skipping around. And then I get kind of like to the middle, towards the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's about to finish. The guy's about to finish. And no. And he's like, you didn't even know. He didn't even know where I was going with it. No. And then the guy is just like, dick is cum. And we're just like, what?
My man lost his
My
whole
reaction.
his whole English language after he's like, oh, dick is come.
I think I remember walking into the room and the video was already playing. Like they didn't hit me with a surprise. They were just losing their
yeah, well.
shit. And then I'm
We
like,
might have seen it
wait. What just happened? And then like Alex and Jacob, they're just losing their shit. And I'm just like, no, what did I miss? So Alex gets on my computer, he rewinds the video, and he stops it perfectly at the moment. Like, dick is cum! Dick is cum!
Wow.
That's like,
I need to see this.
We probably could find it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know if that's like a marker for it, but
I'm fine.
oh my god. Yeah,
but
so-
is there porn behind me right now?
No. But there's a picture that I'm gonna show you all in a second.
Yeah.
So I have it saved because I had to use it in the video.
Yes.
And I
Oh,
actually,
yeah, you
because I superimposed that head of Donald Trump over it.
Do we still have the video of Josh's reaction, or is it?
No, because you put it on
Snapchat?
Snapchat.
Yeah, so it's lost to step.
All
So-
right, so you guys have a story. I
Yeah,
guess.
so
Yes.
this was at my old apartment, the one that you've been to. Actually, technically, both
Yeah,
y'all
yeah,
been to.
like-
Whenever we had our office in the side bedroom before we had it in the living room. Josh and Jody and you,
Yeah.
Gary,
I think it was
and
all four of
me.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dylan didn't, because Dylan was in Savannah at the
Yeah.
time. They came over, and Josh lived in the same apartment complex, so he brought his computer over. And then Jody brought his computer over, and you brought your computer over. We basically did like a big LAN party. And we were in the room, and we were actually recording some AchieveMates stuff as well. And so we were about to record Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes.
Yeah.
And right before we were going to record it, Josh had went to the bathroom. He's like, I gotta go take a shit. I'm like, okay, cool. So he goes and takes a shit. And so we were like, we should put porn as his desktop background. Like just this picture of this naked dude on the desktop background.
They've done that too.
And so we were like, maybe we should. And so we're like, fuck it, we'll do it. And so I think it was you, Gary. You hopped on the computer, and I don't remember. I think we typed in like nude man or something like that.
Yeah.
It was like something really generic. And
I
we
was just like naked dude.
Wait,
and we're
wait. So we have done this. What if it's the same picture?
It would be fucking
That'd be
hilarious.
fucking
We'll
amazing.
find out.
So this is the picture. That we put as his desktop background.
And it was huge. Like I think
Like just like across his entire desktop.
he comes out and he immediately
That
goes to
guy looks like someone I worked with.
I put it in sleep mode so the screen was black. So when he came out, he like moved his mouse and he goes, "Oh my god!"
Okay, for the sake of the audio listeners, the picture was a guy buried in sand, his lower half covered in sand, but the only thing that was exposed was his dick just popping.
It was just his
straight everywhere.
erect penis just poking out.
Just boom.
that was
it
much
looked like
better.
it burrowed its way out of the sand.
Yeah, so
That's how strong the erection was.
that was his desktop background. and,
"Oh my god!"
and he just like runs to the computer and like rushes to change it.
And we died laughing. We were like a bunch of fucking giggly girls.
And the worst part is that whenever I edited that Let's Play later, I wanted to include that part in it. And so I had to go search for that picture again. But it took me much longer the second
didn't know
time.
the exact tag search words.
It tould took me like 15-20 minutes to
big
find it. So,
old
You're
dick.
sitting
So-
at your computer like 30 minutes in. I was like, why the fuck am I looking for this?
like
guy's
literally
dick?
just like dicks, wrong dick,
What
wrong
am I
dick.
doing?
Not the dick.
What am I doing with my life right now?
Yeah, so I was like dick in sand and like
you have
nude
to-
dude beach. Like it was like all kinds of shit.
Hashtag
When your
dick
wife
insane.
comes in later and she like
She's like,
arbitrarily searches your history and just like, what?
I would say if you
No,
knew
she's
me
like
and my
typing in
wife,
a letter and like the Google search like the autofill was just
There's a
show up.
lot.
It's like, what the fuck?
no, if you knew me and my wife's relationship, whenever I found the picture, I showed it to her, and I was like, "This is what I've been searching for the past 20 minutes."
no, it's like that's
Like,
like
she's like doing her homework or whatever in the other room, and Alex is in the room just like, "Honey, I found it!
honey, come here.
Yes!
Honey, come here. Hurry. What? Oh.
Oh shit, I'm done.
No, that's Alex and I's relationship. What did I text you the other day?
He fucking texted me. He's like, "Dude, you should check out this video of this chick in her butthole tattoo."
I said, "Hey, do you want to see this chick in her butthole tattoos?" You were like, "Sure." I was like, "Boop." I walked around work for like an hour asking everybody. I was like, "Hey, you want to see this chick in her butthole tattoo?" They were like, "No." I'm like, "You sure? You can see her vag." And they were like, and I texted my boss, and I was like, "Hey, I have it. I still have the text right here." I texted my boss.
Are you talking about Matt?
Yeah. I texted my boss and I said, "Bruh, want to see a video of a chick getting her butthole tattooed?" Laughed my ass off. He says, "Not really." And I was like, "You can totally see her vag." Laughed my ass off, saw it, and literally asking everyone, and then he just left me on scene.
Nice.
"Aw."
No, this is basically so. This is January 23rd at 4:51 p.m. He was like, "You want to see a girl get her butthole tattooed?" And I was like, sure." And he goes, "LMAO." I was like, "I'm not really sure how I should respond, so I'm just gonna say yes." And I was like, "Also, I'm still slightly confused." And then he sends me the video.
It's a nice butt. She got a bullseye tattooed on her butt. It was cool.
Yeah, and he was like, "It's just really interesting." I was like, "That looks."
It went
I've
from
seen that.
It went from being like, "Oh man,
think-
what the fuck," to like, and then you watch like the second time, you're like, "Oh, that's a bullseye." And then you watch it the third time, you're like, "Oh man, you can actually get, see her vagina a little bit." And then you watch it the fourth time, you're like, "Okay, this is kind of hot."
And the worst part is like anytime you're
fourth
having
time.
anal sex with her, you're like, "Bullseye."
I was like, I found it, yeah. But the
50
funny
points.
She can't complain about
But
someone
the funny
saying
thing
that.
is everybody at work was making
You're
fun
like,
of me.
"I
They were
don't
like,
do anal." And we're like, "Bullshit."
bullseye, 2400.
Me.
But but it's funny because my wife came to my job and everybody was like
pun
all the
intended.
girls that work there, they're like, he's looking at buttholes on his phone. And so when my wife got there, they were like, "Hey Shelby, do you want to see?" Gary has a video of a girl with her butthole. You want to see a girl getting her butthole tattooed? And she was my wife was on her phone. She was like,
You mean this one?
You mean this?
No. She was like,
You mean like this?
She's like, "What?" He was like, "Gary's been showing everybody a video of a girl getting her butthole tattooed. Do you want to see it?" And she goes, "Yes." And I was like, "Look, babe, here." She was like, "Huh, that's a nice butt." "Oh, is it a bullseye?" And then when we got in the car, she's like, "Man, that was a nice butt." And I was like, "Right?" She's like, "Yeah."
It kind of reminds me of that old clip. I don't remember who sent it. It might have been my friend Aaron. It could have been Spank. I don't know. But it's literally just a video of this chick sitting on a cake and farting on it.
I've heard about this video. I have not seen this video, but I've heard of it.
That's now the cake has poison damage.
funny.
The cake has pink eye.
Oh God, you will get E. coli and die.
Eat the poo poo and get E. coli and die.
There is a sickness in Uganda. The homosexuals, they have a thing called fisting, where they put their whole fist and anus and then they eat it like ice cream.
This is a real video.
Sickness. You will get E. coli and
This
die.
is a real opinion by a real man.
Yeah, it is. In Uganda, it is a sickness.
Wait, why does he know a lot about it though? Like that's
Research.
It is my job.
It is my job, my destiny, to
duty.
know about the anus and the homosexuals when they come into Uganda and they eat the ice cream. It is a sickness. Oh, Jesus.
Well,
Yeah.
So we really did make this whole thing about.
Yes. We are not lying.
We were kind of on point earlier when we
Yeah.
were talking about AchieveMates, and then we got to Gary's story, but we never
You
heard
know,
like what happened in Alex.
You might say we hit the bullseye.
Ooh.
that ties in multiple. Like, okay, not only was the woman's butthole
Yes.
like a bullseye tattoo, Alex's like gamer tag was bullseye, and then like the logo
was it?
into
Yeah, it's Bullseye 2400.
the logo for AchieveMates has bullseye.
We're really
so I think
comedic
this is
geniuses,
like
It all
basically.
multifaceted.
It all comes full circle. It's a sign, man. Hey, do you want to see a girl get her butthole tattooed?
I kind of do a little bit, maybe.
All right, after the podcast, I'll totally show you. It is kind of hot though.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah,
I had to pee.
I have to pee now.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's perfect because
Okay, great.
That's all about Alex.
yeah,
Oh, shit.
we wanted to hear about your end of what
Which
happened at the
end?
packed
Wait,
house.
what? Okay, wait, what?
We got Gary's story about when he left. and
Yeah,
started
we did
streaming.
totally get sidetracked by buttholes.
I mean,
This is like 30 minutes ago, Jacob. It's okay.
I mean, it was one of those things where like I'm being really careful because like I just had a negative experience. It was something particular to me, and it's nothing against them. It was just,
Of course.
I think I just had a negative experience, and I think that there was a difference in opinion on if that negative experience should have been perceived as negative, I guess. And so for me, I just wasn't having fun in the project anymore. It felt like a job. And especially as somebody who just got a promotion and I was working 50 hours a week,
Right.
I that was the last thing I wanted to do.
Oh.
And so for
So
me,
it's kind of a similar situation almost.
yeah, and so for me, I was just like, I'm not even having fun anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and back out. Like I don't even have the time to dedicate to this anymore. Even if I wanted to, I just couldn't. And so I bowed out. And that was like October of 2017. And then like 7-8 months passed, and then like Gary said in like July, we were like, I approached him and I realized how much I missed making content, and kind of realized like how much I wanted to get back into it. And so I approached Gary and I was like, I think we should revive AchieveMates. And he was like, fuck yes, we should do that. And so we got the other guys together. We all sat down and had a cup of coffee. We had a few beers, and we pretty much all decided that we were going to do AchieveMates
Gary's back.
again. Gary's back again. And so, yeah, we pretty much decided we were going to do AchieveMates again. And so that was kind of it.
2 questions.
Yes.
You did nothing during like the hiatus once you broke off from Packed House. Like you didn't do anything individually,
nothing.
like Gary
content
did?
creating wise.
Nope, nothing. I did nothing. To be honest, like, 1, I didn't have the motivation. 2, I didn't have the time.
Second question: who are the other guys besides you and Gary?
Oh,
Dylan
and Jody. So AchieveMates is technically a 5-piece. Well, 4.5-piece, I guess.
Yeah. It makes sense to us.
Yeah. So
Is this like a
so my
3/5 compromise joke?
Well,
basically somebody who is like kind of a part of it whenever he can
in and
be.
out.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of the same thing with Jody and Dylan.
But
guess
Jody,
we're
but even
3.5
Jody and Dylan
then.
are more regular pieces than Josh is.
Right.
So our buddy Jody, who was the guy who went with me to Austin and met Achievement Hunter and Rooster Teeth, he was the next person after Gary that got added to AchieveMates, and then our buddy Dylan got added as well, and then our friend Josh, he joined, but Josh has always been kind of like flaky on those things. He's more of a hermit, and so he only participates occasionally. So we kind of consider him like the half
Terran.
member.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, we kind of consider him the half member of AchieveMates. But we still love him with all of our heart.
Yep. Even though he moved away like a big old baby bag.
Yeah, he moved to
bitch.
San Antonio.
to work for Toshiba like a bitch.
right? Which he fucking hates that job now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we have a full crew, but Gary and I have always been the primary members, and everybody else has been like, I guess, more or less secondary members. But we've never considered them any less important to the group.
Right.
Now, do they have any say in decisions like the like what gets uploaded, content, or logo?
No,
Or
and
is
the
that-
reason is because we have a firm stance on everybody's their own individual member, and we will not limit each other to what they can and cannot upload, as long as we discuss it ahead of time. So like, if Gary's like, I want to put this on the channel, as long as he lets us know ahead of time, like he's like, I plan on streaming, or like, this is an idea that I have and I'm going to work on this. That's all that matters. We don't limit each other's creativity.
Right.
And that's how it should be. Like,
Exactly.
the more diverse the content, the
Right.
more diverse the personalities, you can give everybody an equal time to shine.
And content is content, you know.
Exactly. And so that was kind of like, that was our thing. So like, for the most part, they pretty much only do the Let's Plays with us, but they have their own ideas of things they want to do. But for the most part, a lot of times, like a lot of the administrative or executive decisions, they'll leave to Gary and I, because we are kind of the
The co-founders.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it.
And then, but we also have like the experience in those areas of being able to like film, like if something live, like if like well, we didn't really do many skits, but if we're doing like cam stuff, like Alex and I both have experience in like videography and stuff like that, so we know how to like set all those things up, are doing the Let's Plays, setting all that equipment up. So it's, I think it's like disheartening on their end because they don't know how to do that stuff, so they just don't,
Yeah.
you know.
Which is something that we've worked on, is like whenever
Or editing.
Yeah, whenever we left Pact House, actually, Jody and Dylan, because we dissolved AchieveMates, they joined Pact House as well. And so at the end of our stay with Pact House, we were doing some D&D content, and that was something that Jody headed up. That was his first thing he ever headed up, and I actually taught him how to edit the stuff. Well, he kind of knew editing a little bit, but I taught him some specifics of editing, and that was his project, and so that was his way of learning how to edit. And so now, like, we're expanding our other members' repertoire so they can be a full, like, they can have as much impact on the channel as possible. Because, like Gary said, up until then, Gary and I pretty much did everything, and then for me, because I have all the equipment, I did a large portion of it, especially like recording wise, and then like Gary would do some editing and stuff.
Right.
And then like once we did Pact House and Gary left, he actually learned a lot more on his own, and so now like Gary and I are way more equally yoked as well.
Right.
And so we're kind of getting to that point where everybody is an equal asset, or we're trying to get everybody in the group an equal asset to where everybody can kind of maintain their own, and we can have multiple, I guess best way to put it is have multiple cooks in the kitchen.
Right.
Yeah.
Without stepping on
Each other's toes, exactly.
But there's also that was that was one of the cool things about taking a step back and being able to do my own thing, is I learned a lot more. I learned, especially doing it like since I was doing it on my own, like branding and marketing and networking was all on me, which was cool, but at the same time it was all on me. Like I had nobody else to back me other than Shelby, who was my right hand man when it came to that, like going to PAC South. I networked a lot at PAC South. Met like developers, like the developer of like Hello Neighbor and Owlboy, and stuff like that, and getting to talk to them, and business cards and making merch and things like that, where I didn't have to go through. It's like, oh, do you like this design? Do you like this? Like I just did it all on my own, and like stream setups and what works, what doesn't work, just getting to experiment with those different things of like what will work, what will not work, what do people like, what do people not like, and then now being able to take all that stuff, bring it into AchieveMates, and hopefully make something way more successful. And now I know how important continuity and consistency is to make a successful, I don't want to say successful, like I fucking like partnered, or I was like,
Or like X amount of
right, just but to
subscribers,
make right, but to make it like, now that I got to take a step back and experiment on my own, I can now put that back into my baby, which is AchieveMates.
Yeah.
While also not having to jeopardize my brand. While I don't consider myself a streamer anymore, I still consider Nosferatu Tupac my brand as an internet content creator.
Yeah. Well said, chap.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Quite.
Good.
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck.
Indeed. Indubitably.
Yes.
Alex,
Yes. Clinton.
you also have a band or had a band?
I had a band.
Right.
Yes.
Because recently I watched the music video from
Which
your
one?
band.
Which one?
It
We
was
have
the Take
multiple.
Me Home cover.
Oh, yeah, Take Me Home Tonight.
was
That
on
was a
that.
fun one. He was in that one, and so was Shelby.
Me and Shelby.
I actually enjoyed this video.
What did you like? What was like the setup like, instrument wise? And
Alex
what was
played bass.
I play bass.
I filled in vocals every
Yeah,
now and
no, he would fill in vocals occasionally, but he was actually just a he played a character in the.
I was more of a, I was a roadie. I was like a glorified roadie, and then they were like, "Oh, we couldn't. Tim can't do vocals. Can you do vocals?" I'm like, "Hell, the fuck yeah, I can do vocals." Because I was in a band in 2009, and I had kids, and so that was like, nah, goodbye.
Yeah, so I played bass. So the band started technically in 2013. The band's name is Second Born. So the band started in 2013. In 2014, the band frontrunner, his name's Tim Benson. He owns a business here in town called Music Academy of Acadiana, which was right next door to the Starbucks I worked at. And so he was a regular of mine. He would come in all the time. And so we were actually, me and my store manager and the other supervisors were having a supervisor meeting outside the store on the patio. And he walks by, and we just chatted with him real quick. And he looks at me and goes, "Hey, you look like you play music." And I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And he's like, "What do you play?" I was like, "I play bass." He's like, "You want to be in a band?" And I was like, I mean, maybe. Let's talk about it later." He's like, "Okay, cool." And that's how I became the bassist for Second Born.
It's that really random run-of-the-mill moment.
Yeah, and they were a really fucking solid band too.
Yeah, we had got to the point where we had over 20,000 likes on Facebook. We had over 10,000 followers on Twitter.
Yo, they had some sponsors too.
We were sponsored by Svetka Vodka
Did
for a while.
something happen? Like what's?
a
seems like
lot of things.
Yeah, so
Uh-oh.
yeah, so
Like band drama stuff?
Yes.
Oh.
Anything
Yikes.
juicy you could tell, or
Hold on once. I apologize. Give me 1 second.
Are you good? Yeah, you're fine.
The door is unlocked. Okay, sorry. Okay, I'm good. I apologize. I have a friend coming over. Yeah, so I will keep it short because I know we don't have much time.
I mean, we can go over a little.
So
I'm trying to get this drama.
no, so basically what happened was I actually left, like, there were 6 of us. We were a 6-piece.
Okay.
I was actually the youngest person in the band by about 6 years. at
Okay.
least.
So yeah.
Like most of the band
like
members were at least
30s.
30 or older.
Yeah.
Our lead singer is the oldest. His name is Daniel. I think he's turning 43 this year.
But he looks 30.
He is such a fucking attractive dude. Like it blows
really
my mind
is.
for how old he is. I'm like, fuck you, dude. No, so I actually left the band because I had a lot of personal stuff going on in my life. During that time I got passed up for a promotion at work. I then had to transfer to another store. My parents were getting a divorce. My dad was in rehab for a meth addiction. My wife approached me for the first time about wanting a divorce, and I totaled a car. So it was like the super whammy of times in my life, and I was like, there's way too much going on in my life. The only things that were important to me that was taken care of was band, AchieveMates, work, and wife. I don't even consider friends because I guess friends too, but friends were basically AchieveMates. And so, so out of all the things, the only thing I was willing to get rid of in my life was Second Born. Because AchieveMates was a possible career goal for me. Work, I can't do anything with it. My wife, that was obvious. And so I had to step out of the band. But at the same time, like as much as I love those dudes, they're such good friends. I adore them. There was too many alpha personalities in the band. There was people who they felt like that they were in charge of the band, and there was a lot of butting heads, and it just caused a lot of unnecessary drama, which I mean, it happens when we have a lot of people together in a group. And so I felt it was necessary for me to leave the band. And then actually not too long after that, the band actually disbanded. Like not fully disbanded, but like soon after I left the band, somebody else left the band, and so they were down to 4 people, and so they replaced me. And then they were working as a 5-piece, and then the band didn't last much longer after that.
How did you handle like juggling so many things? Like you said, Second Born like happened in 2013, where like AchieveMates just hit it off at about that same time.
He wasn't in Second Born at the time. The band started. You joined Second Born in like 2016,
2014.
14.
I was in the band for about 2.5 years.
Well, there was still a moment in your time where you were juggling a full-time job, Second Born, and AchieveMates.
And you have to practice, and you have to edit, and you, like there's
It was a lot.
Rehearsing, like
Yeah.
You had
keep up your
a
relationship with your wife.
Also, AchieveMates was like not as consistent as we should have been. Like we
did 1 video a week, sometimes 2 or 3 videos a week.
and that was mostly like the What's in Your Industry.
Yeah, the Western District was something we did every week, but I worked that into my schedule. So basically, Gary and I, for the past like 3 or 4 years, we had it set up to where him and I always have Thursdays off together, always.
That'd be nice.
And so, well,
my job, since I work for a local business, they understand. Like I worked for the news station for about a year, and I fucking hated it because I couldn't have my Thursdays off. And other shit is just don't ever work for local news. It's fucking terrible. And so when I went back to my job, they were like, "Do you want? I know you do that thing with Alex. Do you want to have your Thursdays off again?" I was like, "Fuck yes." And so I have my Thursdays off again, which is basically like our content creating day.
yeah, exactly. And so like that was something that we started back whenever we were doing our actual videography business, AM Media. Whenever we did AM Media, we started doing our admin days on Thursdays, where we would get together, we would do our company meetings, we would do editing, we would do marketing, we would do things like that.
Right.
And then we also utilized it for AchieveMates days as well during that time. And then whenever we disband AM Media, we continued it as an AchieveMates day.
Right.
And that was actually whenever we disband AM Media, that was right whenever we started doing What's in Your Disc Tray. And What's in Your Disc Tray became our staple Thursday video. That's why What's in Your Disc Trays always came out on Thursday, because we both had Thursdays off. Every Thursday, he would come over. We would have coffee, set up. We would record What's in Your Disc Tray. We would go to lunch, come back, edit it, and put it out. And then we would record a Let's Play or stream.
Right.
And that was our Thursdays every Thursday.
And it's starting to become our Thursdays again.
Yes. So like that's always how we've had it, and it's actually been a really good gig because we both had it off and we were the primary people for AchieveMates. We would do it What's in Your Disc Trays in the morning, and then we would wait until later in the afternoon whenever the other guys would get off work. So if they wanted to do Let's Plays with us, they can come over. We would record Let's Plays, and then we would have a few hours of Let's Plays recorded, and then either Gary or I would take the footage and edit it and put it out.
Right.
So we would have one solid day of recording, and we would have content for a few weeks at that point.
Nice.
It's pretty similar to our schedule. It's not as consistent. Like it's not always on the same day.
Yeah.
Typically, is whenever we both find a time that we're both free. Whenever we record, it's basically like a Let's Play. We record enough that would cover about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we would just record every other week for the respective series.
Right, depending on like how much we're doing at one time. It just depends, but
the podcast originally was always streamed live on Tuesdays nights, but since I got a full-time job, Taryn became a father, Matt
he was gonna be
too obligated for other things, and Jacob also working a full-time job.
Yeah.
We had to slow down production, so we also just came back from like a really long hiatus.
Yeah.
Like we just started posting content again. Like what was it, like 2 weeks ago?
A couple weeks.
It feels
back.
like
2-3 weeks ago
everybody's
now?
coming back from a hiatus.
Yeah, it's been a reoccurring theme for like the last like 3
It's
podcasts.
been weird.
we've
Like
had.
everyone's been like, it's been weird because it seems like we've been like the target motivator. Like I'm not trying to say like we were
Well,
like,
this is
come
a-
on guys, let's all just come
Yeah.
make comebacks. But
It's
people
weird.
have
It's
told
like
us.
It's a direct quote. Like if you listen to the Packed House podcast, well, our podcast with Kelly and Eric on
Yeah.
it. Like Kelly just straight up like tells us that like we were the driving factor of them getting back on the go.
That's good.
And it was weird to hear, but then I see like I don't want to like boost my own ego, but I see like the promo basically on the AchieveMates saying that like you guys were making your return in 2018.
Coincidence?
And I was just like, everybody's coming back.
Well, to be fair, we filmed that promo in June, and we had it private, and until we got the whatchamacallits out. Well, we had like an internal conflict of whether or not to change the name, if we were going to keep it AchieveMates, if we weren't, and we decided to keep it AchieveMates, and we just had the video on private. And then when we posted it a couple months ago, and we were just like, fuck it, just post it. And so we posted it like 2 or 3 months ago. But we had been planning on coming back since June.
Yeah, we had it recorded for a while, and the reason we never put it out is because we wanted to wait until we had the updated logo, because we reached out to Claire to do the logo back in June, and it just ended up getting
pushed back
for
to the point to where it pushed it back into 2019, and I was like, well, shit.
Yeah, it's like because it was getting pushed back so much, we were like, well, fuck it, we're gonna go ahead and put out the video without a logo or any kind of intro animatics or anything, just so people can know that we are coming back. Right. It was one of those things where like it's been in the works for a while, and we're finally coming to the crescendo where we already have a little bit of stuff on backlog, and we've been making like we're using Trello to be able to organize all of our ideas.
Right.
We have a few new ideas that we've had on the back burner for years now.
Yeah, that we either didn't have time or we didn't have the resources to do
it feels like I'm like
It sounds like
a mirror. Like
yeah, it sounds like
you
us.
you can't hear a mirror, but like that's exactly the vibe I'm getting, because we've been in the process of doing the exact same thing. Like we stopped, I want to say December 2017. That's when like we did our last Resident Evil 4 session, and we just had a hiatus. We started recording again May in 2018, and then from there we were just like, all right, well, I'm currently like not as like exposed to everything as I used to be. So like it was pretty much like a climbing the ladder again to get to where we were. But I was disappointed in the channel logo, all of our branding, and I just wanted to completely revamp everything.
Right.
Jacob was back on board with recording consistently with me, so we recorded like multiple times throughout 2018, but we uploaded nothing. Not until like I felt satisfied with whatever like logo, channel art, that thumbnails that we would start putting out.
Yeah, but then like we had another gap. I'll take partial responsibility for that one, just because I got a job that took over my life.
Which one was it? Verizon or was it?
It was Verizon.
Okay, I didn't know if it was Verizon or Office Depot.
Yeah. So that was an experience.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
like
get into that
like,
right now.
There was
we're
like
at the very tail end here.
Like I was working part-time when we originally were recording Spank and Jake, and then I got promoted to full-time.
Yeah.
So
That
all of us got busy.
No, yeah, that full-time can be a killer, because it was the same thing. Like whenever I got my promotion at work, like I got promoted to full-time, and then I got promoted to full-time in a different city. Yeah. So it's like I'm working full-time in New Iberia. And so I drive to New Iberia every single day, working 40 to 50 hours a week, and so I just didn't have time.
Yeah, it's kind of the nature of the beast. It's like, especially, being independent and like independent creators like that, you have families and things like that before the success.
There was actually a quote that I heard that really explains really well the idea of what we try to do, is that you work 80 hours a week so you don't have to work 40 hours a week.
What?
You put in hard work now.
Basically you put in you put in a ton of hard work with everything that you do in life, so you don't have to just be stuck with a 40-hour a week job.
No.
Like you work 80 hours a week just so you don't have to work 40 hours a week.
Yeah, that is
and it's very astute.
Well,
so
that's when you find out is like if this is what you actually want or not. If this is what you want, if you're willing to put in the work. And a lot of people don't. They don't want to put in the work, and that's not a specific jab to anybody, because I feel like
it's just in general.
I feel like that's going to be taken as a
son of a
specific jab.
No, it's just one of those things where like a lot of people, they want the success without having to work for it. I mean, it's one of those things where people work hard in just everything they do. It's like
it's human.
exactly like for me, like I've been working with Starbucks for 9 years. Like I didn't get to the position I'm in without working hard. It's just, but that's with anything, like, you know.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I'm coming on 3 years at Best Buy, and I remember I met you like maybe a month or two after I got that job.
Really?
Yep. Oh, time has flown.
Here.
I've been at Starbucks since 2010.
That's pretty good.
I've been a dad since 2010. Yeah.
Right?
But okay, well we're kind of at the tail end here. Real quick before we really send it off. There's a couple of things I wanted to hear opinion-wise from you,
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, wait, who? Alex?
both of you.
Okay.
Okay.
Because no one ever wants to talk to me.
it's-
They only want
it's-
to talk to Alex.
Yeah, fuck you, Gary.
That's,
You're a piece of
It's
shit.
I know.
it's related to gaming. So 2 games. One just came out. One's about to come out. About to talk about. What is your opinion, if you've played it or in general, of the new Resident Evil 2?
I have not played it.
I played the demo and it's fucking terrifying. So, but the thing is about
Terrible or terrifying?
No, terrifying. So the thing about Resident Evil and I have a very dark, haunting past. We have a very haunting, dark history.
I just want to throw it
together.
out there. I love the series. I know everything.
Oh no,
about it.
I love the series. I love the series, but I'm also fucking terrified of it because when I was 8,
Yeah.
I had like, believe it or not, as big of a gamer as I am now, there was a big point in time in life up until I was about 17 where I didn't own a game console. I could not play video games. I loved them and I would play them anywhere that I could, but there was tons of games that I didn't even know about. At 8, Resident Evil was one of them. My brother had it. And I saw it, and I was like, "Oh man, there's a guy on the cover with a gun."
Was it the first one?
It was the very first one.
First one?
There's a guy on the cover of the CD with a gun. I want to play that shit. And he was like, "No." I'm like, "Fuck you. I want to play that shit, Mom." And she's like, "Let the boy play it." And I was like, "Yeah." And then you get that first zombie that kind of looks over, and I was like, "Holy fucking shit." I shit myself. From that day forward, I've been afraid of the dark. From that day forward, I've been terrified of that game series. I can play 5. I mean, obviously, I can play 4. I can play 5. I can play 6. But 1, 2, and 3, absolutely fucking not. I'm playing 0 right now on easy mode, and I'm like, man, okay, I can actually fucking play this game. And then shit happens. I'm like, yeah, fuck.
He gets scared really easily, which
yeah.
is like my favorite thing in the world.
Yes.
Like you can ask him in the past, like every time we've played a game, I'm like, "Hey Gary, they have this cool game. It's called Emily Wants to Play. I really
and
want
it's-
you to try playing it."
Please, if you have not watched it, please watch it.
Like Gary's
This
reactions.
is another parallel.
This is
Yeah.
like you're like
Yeah.
the same people as us.
Like think about the table right now. We got 2 big guys sitting across from each other, 2 absurdly skinny guys sitting across from each other, and we're
on.
both in YouTube channels. Like we both have YouTube channels. Come on, there's a parallel here.
I think the most important thing is that we wear glasses.
Yes, we wear glasses.
Well,
Y'all both have these fucking like
I mean, we're
like-
jacked, you know.
like
Long sleeve shirts.
but they're like
versus-
long sleeve thermo shirts, and we have hoodies, like fucking hoodies on with glasses. But we big sexies. That's all right.
I would say the difference is you're not black and you don't have a nose ring.
You know, you don't know. I mean, you
I-
don't know.
I didn't
Did you
wanna-
just
I-
assume his race?
See, I didn't want to say I was
Colonizer.
It's okay. Me and Gary are gonna make our own channel.
Yep. It's gonna be called
Well, we're gonna make a successful channel. Man.
Thick and Bricks. There you go.
What? Freaking bricks.
But the demo was fantastic. Like it was. I didn't even. I got stuck and panicked and I got eaten and but it was still fucking fantastic.
we played our first session this morning.
Like of the full game.
Yeah, and
Nice.
he's playing, of course, because he gets scared easily. Spanky's got to play it. Yeah, he's had a couple jump scares. I was just
There's
saying.
gonna be way more.
There's times where I looked at the audio caption and I just see that
spike.
All right. Well, the other game, of course,
Kingdom Hearts.
tomorrow, Kingdom Hearts.
Right.
Yep.
Funny enough, I'm not a Resident Evil or Kingdom Heart guy, so.
Everything
Don't really
good
care.
Alex hates.
Okay, first of all,
Everything.
correct. Second of all, fuck you.
Everything good. And he's just
Wow.
like, "Mwah,
It's a good thing we
don't
didn't talk
like
about Kingdom
food,
Hearts the entire
don't
podcast.
like it.
Incorrect. I fucking love food.
fucking air, don't eat it.
It's true. Fucking sex, get that shit out of here.
Sex, fuck
Still
it.
a virgin.
Still a virgin.
Still a virgin.
6 years married.
Pork, Hell no.
I can't wait till the day I get
Pork
divorced. I
and
can have sex finally.
Hell no. Lips that touch swine will never touch mine, baby.
Damn. I was that shit.
King
Ain't
of
kosher.
Bullseye on the asshole. Maybe.
Bulls on the asshole. Don't know what to say about it, but send it to me. Go ahead. Kingdom Hearts is one of those series that I didn't get a chance to get into. I played the first one, played a little bit of the second one, and then I just couldn't play the rest. I didn't have access to a lot of them. But I love them.
Like literally most people.
I love them. I love the series. I don't know shit about it, but about once a year
you know
I go
about
through
as
YouTube.
much as people who are really knowledgeable.
Right. About once a year, I go on YouTube and I find those videos like Kingdom Hearts in 10 minutes. I'm like, perfect. That's about as much time as I have for this before I get bored.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I played the first 30 minutes of the first one on PlayStation 2, I think is whenever it came out.
Yep.
And that's my knowledge of Kingdom
Final
So
Fantasy.
basically what everyone else does.
It's like, hey, Alex, you like Final Fantasy? No.
Hey, I like Crystal Chronicles. That one's good.
You like
Do y'all see what I have to work with?
What? And you
He
have
was
a
like,
gaming channel?
Look, he was like, Gary, you want to come over to Let's Play? Yeah. You want to play Crystal Chronicles? I'm sorry, what?
It's the only one I like.
It's the only one I like.
Hey, Crystal Chronicles is good.
No, okay, well, like Crystal Chronicles is not. I wouldn't say it's the only one I don't like, but it's the only one that it's like the last on my list.
I like it
I
personally.
want just that one audio file of me going, Alex, you like Final Fantasy? No, I like Crystal Chronicles. What? And everybody freaking out. I need to make a video of
No,
it.
I mean, and then
I need just that audio clip.
The only Resident Evil game I've played was Resident Evil 5.
Okay.
I actually played that one through completion probably 3 or 4 times.
My childhood
love them all.
was the first, like the second one was like my entire childhood.
I never played any Resident Evil games until Spank and Jake because he forced me to play Resident Evil 4.
I saw that y'all played through 4.
Fuck everybody. Like, I like the new ones. I like the 4, 5, and
Yeah,
6.
I think they're
love
good.
them.
The
Y'all can kiss
story
my ass.
struggles in
if you
6
listen to
a
this
bit.
and going, oh, fucking kiss my ass. How about
See,
that?
my problem is that I'm more of a co-op gamer than a solo gamer, and so 5 was great because
This
I got
is
to play it
true.
with co-op.
Yeah.
Like you can ask him.
Like it was designed around co-op. So.
Exactly, and like I thought 5 did a really good job. Like I thought it was a great introduction for me into the Resident Evil world because like it was Chris Hadfield, and so like he's still a staple into the Resident Evil game. Obviously not as big as Leon, but
No, he's
like-
up there though.
Yeah.
exactly. And so
I
like
feel like Leon's like,
Well, I
like
always
Chris
thought-
was like, yeah,
I
I'm Chris, and then
loved
Leon's
how-
like, but Matthew Mercer.
I always
though.
loved
thought
how
of like Chris
jacked
as like
Chris
the
was.
OG.
Right, but he
Well, Chris was like you could play as Chris or Jill in the first game.
right.
yeah. But yeah, so like I liked Resident Evil 5 because I played with my buddy John. Him and I played through that game a few times. And it was good because it was like I said, it was my first Resident Evil game ever playing. And I never really, I wasn't really big into horror games before then. And 2, I wasn't really, like, I did play solo games, but not horror solo games. And so like as a co-op game that was horror, I was like, this is perfect. It's a perfect introduction for me.
Oh, I get to punch rocks? Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh, but
You beat the game.
I was like, but move and aim at the same time.
That was
Forget about it.
Yeah, move at the aim at the same time. Nope. Mm-mm.
Well, that was like 6. Made
6, I
like
think, was the
more,
first one where you
yeah.
can actually move and aim at the same time.
And fucking anime kick zombies as Leon.
Dude,
That's fucking
God.
amazing.
Dude, and then like fucking Chris Hadfield being like jacked as shit. Redfield, sorry.
You good? I had to. I was like, let me get it in before
like
the
fucking Chris Redfield like being jacked
all
as
the
shit.
time.
we got like our first YouTube comment was like, what was it? He was like, it's such and such. You, what they call you, dude? It was so funny. They're like you like.
Oh, you messed
permit
something up?
Something, yeah. I mean, he said it was one of our unboxing videos.
Oh no, it was whenever I did the unboxing for the Pit-Boy.
What did that person call you in the comments?
Oh, I don't fucking remember.
He was like, you got a price wrong.
No,
for
no.
the-
What happened was I'd said them like there was a limited amount of them released, and I gave the wrong amount.
Yeah, and they were like, it's 400. You like cave dwelling
Yeah,
something,
something
dude.
like
I
that.
was like, what? Hey, our first comment.
Yeah, our first hate comment. It was awesome.
I was like, beautiful.
Fight me, scrub lord.
great.
I'm ripped.
Yeah.
Which is funny because that was on Packed House, and that was one of the videos that had the most views on it.
Yeah. That and the Zelda one that has been taken down now.
Fuck, dude, that video was so good.
Along with all the other videos that have me in it.
What are they taking down?
The Zelda one? Mm-hmm. Yeah, like basically any video that has me in is gone.
Oh, they removed them.
Yeah.
Was there like an NDA?
I think I still
like
have
like was
Why?
that agreed upon when
It
you
was
left
like
the channel?
it was a NMG. Are you familiar with that?
No.
It's No More Gary. So any video that had Gary in it, goodbye. Which I'm really not tripping about it. I don't know. I'm just throwing this in
I
there
mean,
and for some
realistically,
reason,
I could see why someone would do it.
Yeah, and, right?
Yeah.
So realistically, like I feel like that whole side of the YouTube community feels like I hate them and I'm mad at them and I'm not. So, but
It's a fun persona to keep up.
yeah, it really is.
You can tell me how they hurt you. It's okay.
Oh, they hurt him in the crotch region.
Yeah.
That region.
Where's the doll? Where is the doll?
All right, well,
It's
we're not gonna keep you any longer. It's late.
time to wrap up.
It was
almost,
fun.
Yeah, we're at like almost
Almost 2 hours.
Yeah, 1:45. But yeah, I need just that one audio clip, dude. Seriously, send that to
Yeah,
me.
that's it. No,
It's right there.
I want to show my. That's not nothing. Nothing there. You're crazy.
All right, so I want to thank both Alex and Gary, the AchieveMates,
Yeah.
for coming
You
on
guys.
tonight's podcast. I want to thank Jacob
I've been yelling so much.
for always being my lovely co-host. I love you, you sexy son of a bitch.
Gay.
I mean,
And I want to thank everybody who's listening
Not gay enough.
to this episode. And we'll see you.
In the next video. Bye.
Goodbye.
We'll see you
bye. Oh wait, we should have all done
every
different ones. What am I saying?
other Tuesday. Is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Well,
Love you guys.
We can do it like
Rufus?
do y'all have like a specific outro y'all do for like
Nah,
videos or
I
something?
mean,
Only
not-
for
not-
Let's Plays.
Yeah, not for the podcast.
Not for the podcast. Basically, it's a thank you, goodbye, get out.
Thank you so much for watching this. If you liked
Yeah,
it,
I'm out.
check the outro to see the other stuff that we have. And like always, go out there and play some video games.
Oh no, you were right. Yeah, that's right. Go out there and play some
Yeah,
video
we'll
games, you fucking
put their
nerds.
stuff. We'll put their stuff in the
course.
description.
If you like it, smash the like button in the face.
Good night, everybody.
Bye, guys.
Bye.